Hi guys, and welcome to another Divi WordPress theme tutorial. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, today we're going to work on these little call to action buttons. They're sort of animated. If you've got something important to say, people roll over them and it sort of expands and draws their attention to it. So let's get started. As usual, I'm going to build on the front end with Divi today by enabling the Divi Visual Builder. Here we are, and let's go down. If you're building any sort of WordPress site, I do suggest you take a look at the Divi theme. It's absolutely awesome. I've literally built hundreds of sites with it. It keeps getting better and better with more and more features, and it's easier and easier to use. If you want to take it for a test drive, you can do so from my affiliate link below this video. Alright, so let's get started. I think what I'll do is I'll just get rid of this section and we'll start from scratch. So I'm going to create a new section. Little blue button right there. Left click. I'm going to make it a regular section. It's going to prompt us for the amount of columns we want in this row. I'm going to have 3. Obviously, you can have as many or as few as you want. And all these grey modules are the default modules you get with Divi. The coloured ones are actually from third-party plugins, but Divi gives you plenty to build great sites right out of the box. So let's just use a call to action module. Just left click on it. It'll load it right here. As you see, it's already got some content in there telling you what you need to do, etc. At the moment, there's no button there, but as soon as you put a link in, the button will appear. So we're on the Content tab. Let's call this Option 1. I've got no particular content I want to put in here, so I'm just going to delete a bit of this because I don't want quite as much text as that. Now, as I said, here's the button text, but you don't see it there. That's because we haven't actually put a link in for it. Let's go down, hit the link chevron right there, open it up, and here's your button link. You put a link for your button in here and take people wherever you want them to go. Or you can make the actual module link, the whole module link to something, so that when they click on anywhere on the module, it takes them somewhere. So I'm just going to put a hashtag in there. Once I put that in there, you'll see a button appear. There it is. Now, if we go back to our text tab, you can put in what you want. Learn more, click here. Whatever title you want for the button. And by default, that's the sort of button style you want. Now let's go over to the Design tab and do a bit of styling. Make that text a little bit bigger, the title text. I'll leave the regular text alone. Let's have it capitalized. Well, let's have it big and small capitals. There we go, Option 1. And a little bit bigger. That's pretty much all I want to do with that. And let's go down to the button. If you want to, you can style the button, use custom styles for the button, make it any way you want. Colors, sizes, corners. Well, let's just do that to demonstrate. Button text size, fine. Button text colors, fine. Let's give it a different background color. Let's make it, let's make the text color blue. Let's make the background color white. And let's give it some rounded corners. Here's the border color. We're going to leave the actual border blue like it is at the moment. Border radius. If we bring that up, it's going to start giving it curved corners. As you can see, you can make it in a totally round button if you want. Put in 50 pixels. That way I'll remember it. Okay, so you've got a round button there. It's not the best looking button in the world, but it'll do for what we want at the moment. And then of course you've got your button hover state. Now when I hover over it, there's a little icon appears there. I'm going to take that away. I don't want a little icon there, so we'll just leave that like that. And let's give it a little box shadow. How's that? There, that makes it stand out well. And of course you can do the hover color as well. So if we go back up here, let's go back to our button background color, hit the little arrow there, and on hover, let's give it a different background color. Make it blue, sort of lighter blue perhaps. And let's make the border and the text white. Border color, white. Button font. Button text color. Over to the little arrow. Let's make that white also. So that's what it's going to look like on hover. Okay, I just want to adjust the actual background itself. So let's go back to the content tab. Hit the background. I'm going to make that blue. Keep it simple. Now let's hit our little arrow here, and on hover, we'll give it a different color. There's the default. Here's the hover. Let's make this green, or whatever color you happen to want. Makes that button look a bit strange, but that's fine. And now what I think I want to do, what if we make that a little bit darker? How's that? That'll work. Okay, and now let's go to design and let's give it some rounded corners, because we've got a sort of rounded button here. So we'll go to border, rounded corners, and let's put in 20 pixels, maybe too much. That'll work, that's fine. And again, I think I'll have a bit of box shadow on there. Box shadow. Boom. Put that one on there. Actually, let's use that one. Okay. Alright, so that's our hover state. The green. And there's the default state. What we can do with our box shadow is we can actually, on the hover state, we can make it a bit stronger perhaps. A bit wider. It's too much, it's too wide. We can make it a little bit darker. Take the opacity down a bit. As you can see, it's getting a lot darker there. So let's just leave it at that, shall we? Now, what we want it to do is when we hover over this module, we want it to grow to bring it to people's attention. So let's go. Close that little chevron down. Let's go to transform. First one is scale, which is what we want to use today. Second one's translate. Third one's rotate. Fourth one's skew. And the last one is transform origin. I just want to use this one today. And as you can see, it's 100% there. We want to leave it on 100% for our regular state. And if we hover over the transform, hit the little arrow. For the hover state, let's make it 150. I mean, it's a little over the top, but you get the idea. So it's going to grow like that when people hover over it. And of course, the mouse will be clickable. The button will be clickable still. Okay, let's just save that. And that's what we've got. So let's just clone it and put it in our little row here. Hit the two little squares. Twice, I want 2 copies. Doesn't matter which one you drag over because they're all exactly the same. I'm just grabbing, left clicking on the cross and holding my mouse down, pulling it to where I want it. And we'll just change option 2. Option 3. Save that. And last thing I do, I just want to put a little color behind this section here. As you can see, the dark grey tab's for the module itself, the green tab here is for the actual row settings, and the blue tab up the top here is for the section settings. So I'm going to click on the little cog, go to background, make it blue, but we'll take the opacity down. Something like that, just so it's a little different from the one below. Save that. Click on our little purple button. Save the changes. Once saved, exit the Visual Builder. And go down. Let's see what we've got. There we go. There's our little call to actions. And when we hover over, they'll grow like that. And as you can see, the button's clickable and it's got a different rollover color there. So there you have it. There's a pretty eye-catching sort of call to action section that brings the object into focus like that. We could actually blur them out when they're smaller and then just have them in focus like this, but there's plenty of options. Obviously, you do what you want to do. So there you have it. This had some animated scaling call to action modules. I hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, share, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're interested in web development, have a look down below. We've got some great free courses down there, as well as some premium courses for our YouTube subscribers, as well as some premium courses with some huge discounts for our YouTube subscribers. So do check it out. Once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.